I have some bad news for Unyielding as it's being used in current form. I have a little test here at the start of this that I'm going to show you guys to go over it. I spawned 4 seers here in testing, and you can see here I have Unyielding 4 on. Now, in total, you can see my magic resistance is 29.2 right now with 4 seers hitting me. I have Aegis 5 on, which is why I'm not going to show the physical. I'll do the math off the magical because Aegis 5 only gives physical resistance. So magic resistance, Stoke's active right now, which is why it's 36.9. I'll show you the math behind this. So Unyielding 4, if I go back to this, Unyielding 4 is supposed to give 2.8% for both physical and magical resistances, right? Now, I have a test right after this where I showed it 7, and what's seeming to happen right now, I'll just read it through it. Each time you take damage from a different enemy, you gain physical resistance and magic resistance for 6 seconds. Entering combat refreshes this duration and stacks up to 2 times. So innately, at level 1 through 4, this stacks 2 times. Upon reaching a certain level, which is 5 plus always, stacks up to 4 times. You can see it right here, you can see it right here. It's supposed to stack up 4 times. So what that means is we'll get 0.7 every level here, 0.7, 0.7, 0.7 innately. This should stack up to 2 times, so 2.8 should be doubled. 2.8 should be, what would that be? 5.6% is what we should be getting out of this. Now, if we look at the example here, should be either getting 2.8 or we're getting hit by 2 people, or we're getting hit by 4 people here actually. So it should be 5.6 at the maximum, right? Because we've been yielding 4. So if we go back down here, 29.2. 29.2 is what the magic resist is. I'm getting hit by all of them. I've tried this with 4 different classes as well in training. And at no point does it give me the right numbers for what we're supposed to be getting. 29.2, just keep that in mind. Now, 27.8 is our static. That's with nothing activated. That's just like our gear. That's just walking around full health. You can see here I have full health bar just barely through this. So Stoke's not activated. 27.8. All right. The problem with this is 27.8 minus, what do we have here? Let's see. Let's double check. Let's go back to the number. 29.2. 29.2 is only 1.4. So the difference we're getting here is at 1.4. So not only are we not getting the unyieldings 2.8, but it's not 5.6 either. There's a big problem with this being that even on unyielding 7, which we have here, if we look at this example, unyielding 7, so we have unyielding 4 is supposed to give 2.8 and then double when 2 people hit us to 2.8%, and it's giving 1.4. So it's giving half of what it should be if 1 person is hitting us, let alone 2. And if we go to unyielding 7, we should be getting 4.9% if 1 person hits us, and then if we times that by 4 for 4 people hitting us, it should be 19.6. This would be effectively the best AFFIX that there is for 3v3s, period. Even if you stacked it only at 3 players, you're fighting 3 players, right? In trios, that would still be 14.7% physical resistance. But in the example here, we don't even get 4.9. So I let this is the same example. I have 4 hitting me. Let's just move it forward here. 30.6 is what we have. And keep in mind our static was 27.2. Or 27.8, sorry. 27.8. That's minus 30, what was it? 30.6. 30.6, which is 2.8%. So at level 7, we're only getting 2.8% when we should be getting 4.9. So I don't know what the math is behind this. The reason we're getting only 2.8, which is supposed to be the flat that we get at level 4, at level 7, it not only is it not stacking, not even one time, but it's not even giving the right values. At level 4, it gives 1.4%, and at level 7, it's giving 2.8%. So it stacks 0 times, not 2, not 4, 0 times, and it doesn't even give the full amount of what it should be giving. 1.4 at level 4 is half, which is weird because at level 7, 2.8 isn't half, right? 2.8 is 5.6 of if doubled, and we're only getting 4.9. So at some point, the math is falling off here, even behind the coding. I'm going to have to send this to the devs to get them to look at fixing this, or at least rewording it so that we have and re-evaluating it down here. We're not getting 19% down here. We're not even getting 4.9. So it's 2.8 down here, and it's 1.4 at 4. So for this reason, I've stopped running Unyielding as of this video, and you can also see right here I'm running Resilience. This is important because there's no Brotherhood in here either. The reason I'm not running Brotherhood anymore is because if we look at the math for this, which I'll bring on the screen here, this math is the breakdown of how defense works. Now the 1 to 10 that I previously go over in the reduction per point is important here. So in the first video I released, I said and then commonly known the math behind this is 1 to 10 armor. 10 armor is 1 point of damage reduced, right? Which is true for the first 100 armor that you have. Past that, it starts breaking down, right? And in my previous video, my mix here, or that your mix is in, if you're running this, shout out to Sky Owner for helping with the math here in a nice like breakdown, is you have diminishing returns with armor, right? You can see after 215, it drops again. After 350, it drops again. Pretty well everybody from 350 to 510 is living in this 0.06 value of 1 armor to 1 like damage reduction, right? So 1 armor is effectively 0.0625 damage reduction. So what this means is overall, your mix while using this armor is my previous setup with the Aegis and Brotherhood was around 37.3% damage reduction. Now, in the new build I'll show you, it's going to be around 35%, but effectively this means armor is a lot less valuable past Aegis 5. Having Aegis 5 is going to be incredibly important. It's about 3.6x the amount of armor you get at any point before or after Aegis 5. So Aegis 1 through 4 and Aegis 6 and 7 are not worth it for this reason. So Aegis 5 is the only thing you should be running if you're running Aegis at all. And also it means Brotherhood, the armor value is useless. The damage value of 1.8% value to your teammates is still effective, though I've swapped away from using this and into Resilience, where Resilience is giving us a debuff duration. When we're CC'd, we're CC'd for 20% less time, as well as we also take 10% physical and magical resistance. So I hope that breakdown's helped you guys. Basically, don't run Unyielding. It's not worth it right now. At best, it's giving you half of what it's supposed to be giving you until the devs fix it. After the devs do fix it, I will 100% be putting it back in the build. Hopefully, the stacking effect of it also starts working, because Unyielding on paper should be a mandatory thing you take into every single game that are 3v3s. It has the highest values of damage reduction at all points, and it's not HP based like Stoic is. But currently, it's not working. It's giving you 1.4% when it says it should be giving you 2.8 at level 4, and at level 7, it's giving you 2.8 when it should be giving you 4.9, and it's not stacking at any level right now. So we've completely taken Unyielding out of the build. replaced it with tenacity for HP, and overall, it'll be a lot better for us to be using resilience over Brotherhood, because Brotherhood's 30 armor is giving you is effectively meaningless in the long run. He's saving you 1, maybe 2 damage per attack against you at most. And Tenacious in the full legendary set will be at 7 after potting, or 5, depending on how you pot, or wine, I suppose, in this case. But resilience is always worth running. The 10% damage reduction is really important at this meta when you have Gravwell from Sorks and Rogues being Crowstorming for CC all the time. Your frontliner, your melee resilience absolutely is going to save your life when you do get caught out, if you do. You can opt not to run this, obviously, and stick to running Tenacious 7, if that's your preference. Or keeping some Brotherhood in. No, Brotherhood should only be even considered if it's 5+. But resilience is the new thing, and Tenacious is also the new thing we'll be running at level 5 here for the healing. Don't mind my pot currently, but there's going to be new build guide or new build codes below in the description for purple and legendary gear. In blues and greens, it doesn't matter. The codes will stay the same as my previous build guides for trios all the way to Zenith. It's not worth running anything else different in green and blue gear. You just don't have enough affixes to swap around. In purples and legendaries, this is going to be the change that we go for here, where we keep Stoic and Valor at 7, Strife at 5 or 7, Aegis at 5, exclusively at 5, not any higher or lower ever, and Resilience is going to be at 4, and Tenacious, depending on your legendary or your purple gear, can be at 3, 5, or 7. Also, that depends on how you wine here as well. Okay, and just to show the legendary kit, this is what it'll look like. I've put Wrath into it. The codes, again, are in the description. Aegis should not be at 6, should be at 5. Never mind this pot anyways. Strife will be at 7, Aegis will be at 5, and Resilience 4, Stoic and Valor 4, or 7, sorry. So this is what it should look like, other than Aegis being 5 and Strife being 7 here. And the purple one, you've just seen that one before. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if any of this is helpful to you. And I'll keep you updated on moving forward if they change it to be how it should be with Unyielding, and all the new metas coming up with Wither Knight. Hope you guys have fun out there.